This is Abe Friedtanzer from Awards Buzz. Very excited to be speaking with Lorcan Finnegan about The Surfer. How are you today?
Yeah, great. Thanks. How are you?
Good. I had the chance to see this film premiere at South by Southwest, and I feel like that is like a perfect audience for this film, just
Mm.
generally vibe-wise. And I'm curious what it's been like screening this film at different festivals, especially Cannes, and if the reaction has been different from place to place.
Yeah, I mean, the very first, the world premiere was at Cannes, and I didn't even know they had a midnight section at Cannes. They only have four films that they play at midnight. So, but it was in the Palais, thousands of people there, and actually, it was amazing. Like the crowd were like cheering and whooping and laughing, and at all the right places, and had a big long standing ovation at the end. And Nick got all the audience chanting "Manger la rat," which was kind of a special night. But then played around a few different places, in Poland, very good reaction. And then yeah, I played in Dublin, similar. I mean, I think people don't know what to expect when it begins, but then find start understanding what they're watching, and then start getting really into it.
I think Nicolas Cage is obviously Nicolas Cage, and you can't really compare anything to that. But do you think his nationality versus the, Australian, beach people, if does something about that play into the dynamic here, the fact that he's American?
Yeah, definitely. He's kind of a loud, brash American at the beginning of the film, shouting into his phone about wanting to buy this house and needing the money. But then, and I guess like in Australia, there's a lot of American tourists, so they have their little thing going on. I think ultimately they'll all get on with each other, but there's definitely an element of that where he's the outsider, which is really interesting to explore in the actual filmmaking. It's just like if you're born in a place, then leave when you're very young, and then lose the accent, but return, you're technically from there, you are local, except you've changed so much that you're not accepted. And like, his whole identity is almost hinged on him being from there and growing up there, and what happened to his father there and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting from that perspective.
We also, I feel like, really see, the sun beating down and the physical toll this is taking on him. What was
Mm.
the shooting process like, just in terms of, obviously you can't control the weather and the sunshine, but I think you still use it to your advantage to really drill home what's happening here with him.
Yeah, I mean, nearly everything was exterior. So, yeah, we used, the color palette for the film is very hot. We have great location. So, the scrub and the bush around is quite dry as well. And so there's basically through the art department and using these vintage lenses from Panavision that were quite flary. It's kind of new. We wanted a lot of like lens flare to kind of exaggerate the heat, the colors. We use flame bars under the camera as well for additional heat distortion. And then shooting through like bendy perspex mirrors, like into the mirror to create like heat kind of more of a kind of subjective warping of Nick's mind through the heat stroke, and hair, makeup, costume, everything. Everyone was working together to try and break him down as much as possible, like covered in sweat all the time, and that was like glycerin, which the flies absolutely loved. So there's flies all over his face as well, eating up the blood and sweat.
It's definitely felt. Thank you so much for a great conversation.
Yeah, thanks. Good to talk to you.